Yo, they got me singing. Paya, 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 paya. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, boys and girls? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Working In with Leo Flowers. Did you guys work in this week? Did you guys get your workout? Did you get your work in? Did you get your work in? I like that. Yeah, I just thought of that. Right off the top of the dome. That's how we starting off. I'm super excited today because actually, today is the first day that I started video recording for YouTube. So there will be YouTube videos. So you can see your boy Leo Flowers out there or in here in my room recording the podcast. And you see, like, I'm not doing, like, it's not a major setup. It's a laptop, it's a Zoom, and it's a mic, and it's the information. It's, I'm going in. I'm super excited this week because it looks like your boy Leo Flowers might be going to Shanghai in Asia, but that won't be till 2018. So stay tuned. I'm going on a world tour. Leo Flowers is international, killing the game. Why? Because we working in. You gotta do that internal work. You gotta look at yourself. Um, Cause it's rough out here, people. What's going on? Did you journal? Did you get out your emotions? Did you reflect on your week? Did you plan out your week? Or are you feeling overwhelmed? I bring that up. My good friend just not too long ago was like, I need a hug. Just broke down in my arms, and Leo Flowers was there to soothe her with these biceps. That's why I work out. You know what I'm saying? In those events where women, like, they break down and they need some arms around them. So I wrapped these arms around her, and we talked about why she was feeling overwhelmed. And what's great is it's one of those words that people don't use very often. People usually go, oh, I'm depressed or I'm sad or I'm stressed, but overwhelmed. Like, that's so specific, right? That's like, I almost like imagine like Atlas, carrying the world on his shoulders. That's probably a little bit more than overwhelming. Okay, maybe that, I think overwhelmed is a understatement when you're carrying the world on your shoulders. I don't even know what the word is, but it's overwhelmed seems like it just doesn't quite describe how tough that is carrying. I mean, I just think about me carrying like a 20-pound backpack hiking. Like, that's, 2 miles in, my shoulders are killing me, my low back is starting to ache, my calves are screaming. I can't imagine carrying the world on your shoulders. Yeah, I think overwhelmed, it'd be like, nah, that that's that's almost like this. That's almost like saying like, uh, doing cocaine. It makes you a little jittery. You know what I mean? It's just not jittery. Is not the word. It's not. I've never done cocaine, but I'm going off of hearsay, off the movies that I've seen. What was that movie? I forget. Anyway, so some of you out there, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you got to work in. But some of the signs, sometimes you don't even know. That's the thing. Sometimes you're overwhelmed and don't even know it. You just, because like you get so used to it, you just like, oh, this is just how I am. This is just the way it's you kind of get used to feeling overwhelmed until that moment of, something happens and then you snap and then you go, oh, okay, I got some other stuff I need to deal with. So some signs that you might be overwhelmed are you're crying a lot. Are you crying? Are you crying in the shower? Are you crying at the end of your day? Are you sitting in the car before you walk in the house and you just bawling? I've done that. I ain't gonna lie. I've cried in the shower. Um, and sometimes you cry because not because things are so bad. Sometimes you cry because things are so good and you can't believe it. You're like, what? I can't believe all these blessings are happening to Leo Flowers. And then you just start crying. Um, Another sign that you might be overwhelmed is like you're rushing through things. Like like you're rushing through your meal, you're rushing through your day, you're rushing through work, you're rushing through conversations. You're cutting people off. You're rushing to work, through work, from work. Just a bunch of rushing through things, and you're not really taking time to uh, to cool down. It's like one of those, like when you go work out. A lot of people, I see a lot of people working out, and then they don't take 5-10 minutes at the end of the workout to just lay on the mat, or just find a quiet space and just you know just decompress. And the cool down is so important. I mean, you have to cool down after work, after a workout. Just don't be rushing through from thing to thing. And I know some of your schedules are like that. You're married, you got 3 kids, you got to get them to class, you got to get them to different, you got to run errands. Things are on, things close at a certain time. Not everything's open 24 hours. So, there's some days where you'll be rushing through, but, um, find a way to slow down when you need to. You're speeding through stop signs. That's one of the things, and it's a very small way to do it, is I always come to a complete stop at every stop sign. There's something about coming to a complete stop that kind of resets you, right? It makes you a little bit more present. Because if you hit those stop signs, you just keep rushing through each one of them, then you get in a habit of doing that. And then what happens is you get in a habit of rushing through your morning, and then you're rushing through the stop signs, and then that becomes such a habit that you're already overwhelmed before you even get to work. You know what I mean? So stop at those stops. Come to not those rolling LA stops. Come to a complete stop. Look both ways, and there's something about that that's very calming. Um, for those of you who are like, I don't have time to meditate. You don't have to, but you do have time to take those little bitty moments to slow down and catch your breath. Another sign you might be overwhelmed is you're procrastinating. Are you? Are you procrastinating? Are you like, I'll get to that later? And then later's like 10 weeks down the road. Cut to next year, 2018. Alright, either get it done now or bite off a little piece of it. Just take a little nibble. Just get you a little nibble. You ain't got to eat the whole thing right now. Just get you a little nibble, or schedule a time where it really does work for you, and then stick to that time. Don't be out there procrastinating, or give it to somebody else. Maybe you're procrastinating because you don't really want to do it, and you're really never going to do it. So you need to own up to it and let somebody else do it. Just let it go. Or just take it off your plate completely. Just dump it in the trash. But do something with it. The next sign is you might be avoiding it, which is a little different than procrastination. Procrastination is like you're putting it off. Avoidance is like you're not even dealing with it at all. Like you're not even acknowledging that it needs to be done. You're not talking about it. You're not looking at it. Like with procrastination, you might look at it. You might think about it. You might, avoidance. You just like you put it up you put it in a box in the attic in the corner, right? You're not even coming close to it. And then there's escapism, right? We all do that. Like you binge watched Ozark, right? You binge watch Bloodline or or you can't binge watch Game of Thrones. They're out weekly. But you're binge watching, you're binge eating, you're escaping, you're going for, I'm just going to go for a nice long 10-hour walk. I'm just going to take a quick 5-hour nap. Like, quit escaping. Address it. Face up to it. And the big sign that you're overwhelmed is you can't say no to things. You're just like, yeah, I got that. I can do that. Oh, sure. Oh, you need that in an hour? Yeah, definitely. Nah, Tell them, nope, can't do it. Just be like, sorry, that doesn't work for me. Or Or, another way to say no is, I could tell that you really, this is important to you. And with everything that's on my plate, I just can't give it the time and the attention that it needs to give you the product that you want. So, unless you want to get back with me in like 3 months and we could look at this, then you're going to need to pass that project on to someone else. And because a lot of times we don't say no, it's out of fear. We're afraid that if we say no, then they'll stop coming to us or stop giving us work, or we won't get promoted, or it'll look like we're lazy. I don't care. Just say, look, they don't know your life. They don't know everything you have going on. They don't know all the stuff that's on your plate. They're just thinking about this one little thing they're asking you to do, which when you put it with everything else, now is huge. Because not only does it take time to do what someone else asks you to do, you also have to take time to think about. That's what really takes up a lot of energy. That's what really causes the feeling of overwhelm. The thinking about the thing you have to do, and then planning that thing, and then actually doing it, and then thinking about, did you do it correctly? And then thinking about the feedback, or